Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Thank you very much to everyone who is thinking big in the comments of the last video. Very much appreciated. Loyal comrades as ever. Always type in the code word at the end of the episode. That's right. So there were a couple of comments that I particularly enjoyed. Somebody said that, you know, since I promised that the episode was going to be pure fire, asked if we were going to be spending the entirety of the episode at an iron mine. I did enjoy that. That was rather humorous. But no. I have promised you great things, comrade. And today we're going to be building a very, very, very great thing. That's right. Today, we are going to be trying our best to build the largest modded structure, as far as I'm aware, in the workshop, and this is the Palace of Soviet. Right? If we have a little look at the size of this thing, you can see that it visibly slows down the game. And if I drag it up onto this hill, you can see right at the very top of this absolutely colossal building is a big statue of the man himself. That's right. It's Lenin atop this massive building right here. If we take a little look at the stats, you can see that it takes 392,000 workdays. 12,500 tons of concrete, 7,000 tons of gravel, 7,438 tons of steel, 2,000 tons of asphalt, almost 10,000 tons of prefab panels, 7,500 tons of bricks, 2,500 tons of boards, and 816 tons of electrical components. Holy cow, this is absolutely incredible. And the maximum power consumption, by the way, is 13 megawatts per day. So we're going to start building this. This is kind of what I had in mind for my steel. I was thinking, hey, maybe, just maybe, we're going to be able to... Let's not hold it around the center here. It's very, very laggy. That's what I was thinking we can do with the steel. It's also kind of why I'm trying to make sure that I get a secondary steel mill up and running pretty much as swiftly as possible. Because if we start down the construction road, if we start down the road of constructing a palace of the Soviet, then indeed we are gonna need every little ounce of steel that we can possibly muster in order to build it. So that's exactly what we're going to try and do. So we need to make sure that we've got pretty much 100% production at the steel mill. Yes, we need to also make sure that we're continuing to build the railway production line. To be honest, that doesn't take much steel at all. I mean, we need like whatever it is, 250 tons of steel altogether for this railway production line building. Truth be told, I don't think that this building is gonna seriously disrupt my supply of steel. In fact, on the contrary, really, this building requires absolutely nothing. So I'm kind of anticipating that will be done by the conclusion of this episode. So that's really, really nice. This forklift industry connection is probably something that I'm going to build as well at some point over the course of this episode. I'm just going to see. Yeah, we don't have a road connection into this warehouse over here. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Just real nifty and quick. There we go. And there we go. That's looking very, very good indeed. Let's get that set up. Okay, let's get that zone so we can start to build the warehouse over here, because that's pretty darn important to make sure that we've got all of the resources connected up. Anyway, that's by the by. Let's see if we can plonk down a plan for this grand building. And I have a location in mind. And it's here. Frankly, it's the only place that I think we would be able to squeeze in a building of this magnitude. And to be honest, truth be told, I actually think it's going to fit in here really, really, really nicely. So we're going to tidy this area up, and then we're going to see if we can at all fit it into this here location. So I basically need to run all of the cables either through here or around the back. So I think we'll start with the high voltage cable right over here. Now, I have talked about replacing these high voltage cables before. Now, this is a very, very important high voltage cable, actually, so we need to make sure that we remember to replace it, because if we don't, then it just so happens that half of our country will just stop working. It'll just entirely stop working. And yeah, we're gonna make sure that we give the Palace of the Soviet a wide enough berth. And we can do that by making sure that it goes right around the periphery there. So, in case you're wondering, this is in fact based on a real building. The Palace of Soviet. It was going to be built. It didn't end up getting built because World War II took off, and instead all of the resources that were going to be used in the construction of the building were in fact devoted to the war effort instead. However, in saying that, it was very much planned to be a real building, and I like to think that we're continuing to just follow that madness, you know? We're just continuing to follow that utter madness. Where the heck did that cable go? I had it very, very briefly, and then I lost it, and then it just disappeared. Yep, no idea whatsoever where that one went, but that's okay. We'll fix that in just a second. You need to be moved as well. Excellent. Alright, you can be taken all the way back over here. I mean, where the bloomin' heck did this cable link into? I have absolutely not got the foggiest of ideas. Absolutely not got the foggiest of ideas, but that's totally fine. And then there's these two cables over here, which can both be taken back as well. These ones don't actually need to be altered tremendously. They just need to be altered a little bit. So we're going to do that, and that over there. And both of these cables now just need to run on this side of the road, because that's really the only amendment that we're going to need to institute for the vast majority of these cables. There we go. And there we go. Nice. Alrighty. Looking real good, in my honest opinion. Let's get that all built. And that leaves us with just the need to reconnect, well, this mystery cable, where I don't understand where the other end went, but that's fine, I guess. Sure. We'll just get some more cables down here. And all the way over here. Oh, did they go in there? They went in right over there. That's exactly it. We found it. We found it. This is... Oh, no. That wasn't the one. Okay, I didn't find it. Ignore me. Ignore me. My bad. Right. Clearly not a good plan. Let's retrace our footsteps just a smidgen. And see if we can bring this out here. Angle of connection's too sharp. There we go. Looking good. Absolutely grand. So that leaves just the need to connect up this singular electric substation. Does this substation really need to be connected? I mean, it does purely because the sawmill needs power, but that's about it. I mean, none of this other nonsense requires power anymore because it's been turned off forever, really. All right, well, let's let that get built just quickly, and then we will just stick in... yeah, we'll just modify... Demolish that building. We'll stick in a substation. Not a substation. A splitter. Not a splitter. It's a switch. That's the word that I was looking for. Jeez, potatoes. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you're like, I can't remember what a switch is. Today was one of those days. Right. We can actually go straight through that building because it has technically been demolished. But no matter. We'll ignore it for now. And let's also see if we can try and just build a gravel road in here somewhere. Just a gravel roaded connection would be excellent, really. Nope. Overlaps with existing construction. I mean, I appreciate that it overlaps with an existing construction, although I kind of don't care. Alright, well, you clearly care more than I do, video game, and you're not going to allow that to be connected up. Alright, ditch the plans for that, and instead... I mean, I don't really have an instead plan. I'm absolutely shocked at how that is too steep of an incline. It certainly doesn't look like it from this perspective. It's not from any perspective. Alright. You don't love to see it. You don't love to see it. Right, that looks good. That looks good. I only had to use the wireframe for a mere 2 seconds or so. Alright, now we're getting to the fun bit. Now we're getting to the fun bit. The crazy stuff is about to happen. Let's get this area terraformed. Let's get this area terraformed. And let's make sure that we've got a big enough plateau on which to stick down the largest building in the game. Oops. Alright. Man, I am so unbelievably excited to see exactly what happens here. Yes, this is the nuclear supply road at the moment. I'm afraid that we're going to have to revert to, you know, driving our nuclear fuel through the town. At least for now. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Alright, there's a fire in Potatograd. I'm not particularly bothered about a fire in Potatograd, are you? No. Of course not, comrade. Of course not. Right. Let's get this all moved. Yes. I didn't think that you would be very happy with me doing that. Alright. And as soon as this truck has arrived at the waypoint, we can destroy the road behind it. Excellent. And presumably if I just destroy the waypoint from the route... Yeah, actually this is not too bad. So we'll leave that waypoint right in over there, which is just going to mean that the truck will come to this waypoint before heading to the border. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. Alright, so, you know, on the whole, not terrible. Not terrible at all. Right, let's get out the height leveling tool, and let me just level out this entire area just a smidgen so that we've got absolutely a lovely blank slate to work from. I tell you what, I'm very fortunate that I've actually still got this space free, because I did say that as Potatograd expanded, it was going to expand down in this direction, because this was the only way that we could expand. And indeed, it is the only way that we can expand, because we've got the nuclear campus on the other side, which is, I mean, you know, pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous to inhabit, I would say. We don't really want to have a housing estate in the middle of a uranium processing area. No, no siree. No, we do not. Also, yeah, we're going to be totally fine for money over the course of this episode. I do want to get a Frida, small aggregate storage in Industrigrad. I presume that we will be fine. Oh, it's a good question. It's a good question. It's a good thing that I decided to have a little gander up to here, because this is not a road that is going to be built in any time in the future. So we need to get that built by our fair hands right this moment indeed, so that we can get a fire truck to attend. Brilliant. A fire truck has been called, and presumably will manage to extinguish it. Is it the worst thing in the world if this burns down? I mean, the answer to that is no, it's not really. But it would be a little bit of a pain in the backside. It's always nice to have additional coal storage. The more coal storage we've got hanging around, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Okay, no issues with that whatsoever. Great. And it's extinguished. Perfect. Any other fires that are on fire? No. No. No other fires that are on fire. That's what we like to see. Cool. Right, let's take a quick little look over here. Holy cow, we're almost done. Folks, we're only 15 minutes into the episode. We are only 15 minutes into the episode, and already this has been pretty comprehensively built. I did say that it would build pretty darn fast, didn't I? I did say it would build pretty darn fast. And look at that. We're already pretty much back to full storage over here. And that's in addition to running the mechanical component factory at pretty darned near full speed ahead. Holy cow. That's incredible. Right, so I need to get the Frida blueprint. We're going to let the Volgobalt just finish out, but I am going to license the Frida. Brilliant. And then I'm also going to see if I can pay off some of my loans. I'm going to pay off the rest of this one. Wonderful. And the other one that is, well, we've got 3 that are on 4.4%. I just paid off the 4.5% one. So we'll leave that there for now. But we should now have a pretty continuous delivery of resources to the border, I believe. Yeah. I mean, I'm really, really, really happy with this. This is a good place to be. This is a very, very good place to be. I'm very, very happy with this. I do believe that we should continue to build our flats that we started in the last episode over in Kobe. We might have a little gander over there at some point over the course of this episode. However, it's not a priority. The priority is the aforementioned ridiculously big building, which we're about to build. Is this going to fit in here? I need to zoom out. It's too big. It's too big. It's far too big. Wow, it actually straight up fits. Okay, see, the problem is that I want to zoom in to see where the footpath connections are. Alright, it looks like they're there's 2 to the left and then 2 to the right. So that's pretty important to note. I want to try and get... I guess we'll place it down there. Wowzers, that is the most obscene structure that I think I have ever seen in my whole gosh darn life. Look at that. 62,000 workdays just for the groundworks. For reference, the groundworks were the only part of this structure that was actually ever completed. So that's, I suppose, quite an accurate and apt comparison. Okay, I want to do a couple of things. First of all, we want to make sure that we connect up this road over here. That road probably doesn't need to be connected, but that's fine. We will also get a walkway, or see if we can try and get a walkway through this tumultuous power area. There we go. That's not looking too bad. So that's going to form a university connection. However, I very much suspect that we are going to need more than that. Also, I should make you aware that this actually, I believe, counts as a monument. And I believe... In fact, I have actually no idea. I have absolutely no idea how many people this can store. I will say that the cost to build it... Is that 39 million rubles? That's 39 million rubles. That's 39 million rubles. 39 million rubles. $67 million. So, I mean, if that doesn't go to show how utterly insane this structure is, I don't know what will. And bear in mind, right, that this is a house, so it can house workers, and it will house workers. But the problem is that we're gonna need so much more infrastructure in order to make sure that this area works. So, I mean, all of the infrastructure that we've got in Potatograd, frankly, is almost irrelevant. In fact, I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, we can, like, not connect up the roads over here. Like, maybe we just keep it all separate. You know that path that I just built? Maybe we just get rid of it straight away. Look at that. It's just, look at that. Look at the size of this statue. I am miles up. Look at the size of this building. It's just so huge. It's just the biggest structure I've ever seen in my whole gosh darned life. Anyway, the point that I'm making is that we're going to need at least one dedicated shopping center. At least one dedicated shopping center. Maybe 2. We're going to definitely need at least 1, probably 2, maybe even 3 universities. We're gonna need a whole bunch of dedicated stuff. Right, so in order to accommodate for all of that dedicated stuff, all of that dedicated additional infrastructure... Oh, no. I didn't realize that we hadn't built that high power cable. That's a bit of a bummer. So that means that everyone in... Yep. Okay. Everyone in this area pretty much was without power. That's my bad. I'm so sorry, guys. That's totally my bad. Yeah, there should be a fire truck that arrives there as soon as possible. Yeah, apart from the fact that there is a little bit of a traffic jam. If that ends up burning down, then we're going to have problems, video game. We are going to have some serious problems. I sure as heck hope it doesn't. Right. Also, there were a couple of comments about the fact that I keep on buying Maz trucks, even though I've got, like, a whole bunch of Maz trucks that are currently spare. I'm aware. I'm aware that I have a horrific addiction to Maz trucks. I have a horrific addiction to land trains. Docksky. Oh, no. Actually, that's not necessarily bad, because that's right across the road from the fire engine. Yeah. Excellent. I know. I have a horrific addiction to land trains. And Mazes. I know. I'm guilty as charged, folks. I'm guilty as charged. That's not going to change. I'm going to continue to buy Maz trucks as much as I possibly can because, frankly, in fact, I think most of them have probably gone out of fashion, I guess. So we're going to have to start manufacturing our own Maz trucks, which I actually want to do. We're missing mechanical components now. I mean, that is just a straight-up problem. We're missing steel. That's also a straight-up problem. We're missing coal, and the reason that we're missing coal, of course, is because, yeah, because of the power issue. Right, fire truck was called and is headed to the fire. Excuse me? Excuse me? We cannot store or export fuel. Are you kidding me? Ugh, really, video game? Oh, goodness gracious me. Alright, well, where's the fire truck? Where's the fire truck, and is it going to be there on time? I mean, we've got a fire station here. We've also got a fire station somewhere in the middle here, I think. I think it should be the fire truck from over here. Ah, yes, it's flinging around the bend right now. Wonderful. All right, I emptied all of the oil out. I mean, initially, it seemed like a great idea to not export fuel. However, I think it's become clear that just exporting bitumen is not a suitable use. Right, so let's get you to load fuel, and then we will get you to go to the border and unload 100% of anything. Go there. Yeah, wait until loaded. Wait until unloaded. Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna get ourselves a whole bunch of fuel, and that should make all the difference. This area needs a little bit of a rework anyway, but I think for the most part it should be fine. Are we gonna get the fire truck to the pumping station in time? You bet your bottom dollar we are. Mission accomplished. Excellent. Excellent, 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 excellent. And it seems like the construction of all of these flats is going pretty smoothly as well. Yeah, this area needs a little bit of a rework, but for now, I think we can just about survive. We're focusing on the biggest building in the whole gosh darn game over the course of this episode, so that's what we're gonna do. Holy cow! Wowzers! This is quite something. This is quite something indeed. First of all, I gotta check. What's within walking distance of this building? Nothing. Really? I was kind of anticipating that maybe, just maybe, the footpath would be an appropriate way to get people to work over here. Is this just overly ambitious to think that this might work? Too steep of an incline? Alright, well, first off, that can be deleted because it doesn't actually go anywhere. And then I guess we'll just take that footpath back a little bit, and we'll try again. Basically, I wanted to see, are we going to be able to supply workers from the same source that we currently get? The mechanical components supplied. The answer to that is no, but it's not a conclusive no. Like, it could very much be altered. So, for example, if I go into here and we get a bus platform small, maybe, just maybe, we're able to stick the bus platform small in here. In fact, it can just exist literally as a... probably should exist as a road connection as well, but it could exist just as a path connection. Right. So we get that built. We get that built. The road can be built by the depot at some point, or by the construction office at some point. 20% of people are going to go to the bus platform. Brilliant. And then after that, 100% of people are going to go to the railway production line, and that should make perfect sense. It does indeed make perfect sense. Everyone is able to figure out how that works. That makes me very, very happy indeed. Okay, let's start up railway production then, shall we? The building is indeed without a power supply. What's the power supply for this area? Is it coming from... It's coming from our transformer. Our big transformer. Is it maybe time that I get another high voltage connection all the way out here? Alternatively, maybe we can just see if we can tap into this. I mean, we've got a high voltage switch right here. So why the heck not just stick down a power transformer in this vicinity? There we go. I probably should use a modded one, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should use a modded power transformer. The modded power transformers are far and away the best. I know. We're getting back to the big boy in just a second. We are getting back to the big boy. Right. Doesn't need to be the highest power cable. Not by a long shot. Get that built, and stick it down. Stick down at a substation just over here, I guess. Sure. Happy with that. And right over there. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Get the substation built. Fantastic. So that resolves the power. We still need to get a bunch of resources moved out here, and that is something else that we need to consider. We also need to get a blueprint. What is the blueprint that we are after? That's a really great question. I think we should probably start with diesel locomotives. Oh, we can build heavy cargo cars for the cableway system. Right. I think... Oh, actually, holy cow, we don't even have anywhere near the amount of money that we actually require. We can build some trams. I feel like building diesel locomotives, maybe just the DR Class 5100 is maybe the best idea thus far. We've also got a couple of modded trains, which I want to build at some point. In saying that, to be honest, I don't even think that there's that much. I don't even think that there's that much that we can or should do at this moment in time. Tell you what, I'm gonna not supply this with resources until we've got a... I was going to say a wee bit more cash, but we're fine for cash. What am I talking about? I was thinking that we didn't have anything. Right. Let's build the diesel train. Let's build the diesel locomotive. Build the diesel locomotive at this moment in time. And yeah, we'll just get the absolute cheapest possible. The absolute cheapest possible train. We will get that started, right? We're missing a whole bunch of resources, but that's totally fine. We should indeed be able to make this work. Right, so let's get all of these factory connections built. This is maybe the most expansive factory connection network that I've ever built. In fact, it almost certainly is. We're gonna see if it works in just a second. Shouldn't cost me too much to build, to be honest. Yeah. Right, let's have a little look-see. Alrighty, looks good to me. Looks good to me. And let's see. I'm gonna rush that, and rush this as well. I was kind of hoping that, honestly, we would be able to build the warehouse by ourselves. However, in saying that, the railway production line just was built so fast that I couldn't even keep track. It was incredible. Right, so we've got a couple of little mini missions for these forklifts here. First of all, we need to buy ourselves some forklifts, and we're going to buy ourselves as many modded forklifts as we possibly can. The IFA M25s, right? Excellent. And we've got different missions for different forklift garages here. First of all, we want to go from here. We don't want to unload, we just want to load, and we want to unload right at the railway production line. So one of the forklift offices is going to be entirely concerned with moving steel across between the storage and the building, right? So far, so good. Brilliant. The other two offices, I think we primarily want to be concerned with moving the resources from the warehouse right here to the warehouse over there. I think that's probably what we're after. We'll give it a shot to see if it works. We're a little bit low on mechanical components, but as I've already said, that's mostly because we're just running... we had that massive power outage, which I absolutely caused. I shouldn't have done it, but hey-ho. 93% on the tunnel. Goodness gracious me. We're almost there. We're almost there. Either way, that should be good. I'm going to severely limit the amount of resources that I store here. We are only going to allow an even distribution between electrical components. We don't need electronics. We definitely don't need electronics there, but we need pretty much everything else in equal quantity. Right. Probably a little bit less fabric, to be fair. 0.005 tons of fabric per train. Yeah. Okay, 3,000 work days, by the way, in order to build a train. Look at this network. Look at this network of trucks. Holy cow! I honestly think maybe just two forklift garages is going to be more than adequate to transport resources. Yeah. So as long as we're able to get on top of our mechanical component production, we should be totally fine. But until then, we're going to have a problem. Yep. All right. Yep, this is on the whole a good thing. Yeah, can't be too unhappy about this. Missing mechanical components. Still missing mechanical components. That's not good. Tell you what, it really goes to show that when our buffer is depleted, we have problems. You know, we absolutely do. We're missing everything. In fact, no, we've got everything with the exception of mechanical components. Yeah, that's fine. How we're going to be able to supply all of these different vehicle production areas, as well as the railway production area, with this one station, is still something that needs to sort of percolate through my brain. Definitely need to work on how we're going to manage that. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine for the most part. It's totally fine. Have we actually started? Oh my goodness, we've actually started. How do I click on this thing? We've actually started delivering the concrete. We've started delivering the gravel. And we've also got 39,000 people that can, or up to 39,000 people that can actually work on this construction site. To be honest, I see no need to cap the number. I see absolutely no need to cap the number. Look at the number of vehicles that can actually be present on the structure at the same time. That's kind of insane. I kind of love it. I absolutely love it. Something that we've got to bear in mind is that this is going to place a massive burden or massive stress on the gravel network. The gravel network is at best shaky, I would describe it as, and probably when we start to press it, it could collapse a little bit. But we don't want that to happen, obviously. So I'll keep a close eye on the situation with regards to gravel. As you can see, me keeping a close eye on the gravel situation does absolutely nothing to fix the problem, because there is a problem right there. That's right, we don't have any gravel. We don't have any gravel. Coal, I mean, do we have any gravel trains kicking around here? Any gravel going to be delivered? Is this a gravel train? No, it's an iron train. In fact, are we even processing gravel? Dare I say it, are we processing gravel? You have got a full load of gravel. You have got an almost full load of gravel. So you can go, and you have got no gravel. Right, what's the situation with regards to gravel? Ah, yes, we do have a problem up here. We do have a problem up here. So this is a problem that I created entirely myself. Entirely my fault. Entirely my fault. And it's because we still have a bunch of trucks that are still engaged in this area. They're still engaged with the extraction of resources from up here. I mean, yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good. I feel like I just want to sell these vehicles. This is like horrifically inefficient. However, I'm just going to do it. So these, if you'll recall, were all of the vehicles that used to deliver to the other gravel processing area. If you will remember, that gravel processing area didn't have the ability to input resources by conveyor, which is why we needed to get rid of it. Well, it's not why we needed to get rid of it, but, you know, the reason that we needed to get rid of it was because the other gravel area was just, you know, far superior. Far superior. And still is far superior in my mind. It absolutely is. Either way, that should fix us up, I think. That should fix us up, and that should get our gravel processing going again. It's not pretty, but it's also not the end of the world. I'm going to get you to go back to the other end. Back to the other end of the line. Perfect. And we should now have a pretty consistent stream of gravel coming through. I'm sorry. Either way, that's that sorted. We should be fine for gravel for now, but, I mean, look, I've said we should be fine before, and we've not been fine. And this thing requires, 3,900 tons of gravel, for goodness sake. And concrete also requires gravel, so there is a large demand for gravel. In fact, there is probably the largest demand for anything ever on gravel right now, which is kind of obscene, but there we go. Also, we do need to make sure that this sawmill is operating as fully as it can be, really. Yeah, can I get another truck here? Yeah, so I used to have 3 trucks here. Felled trees ready to transport from forest. About 900 tons, about 290 tons. That's not actually that much, because we need wood. We need, frankly, a lot of wood in order to build this structure. at the same time as supplying wood to everywhere else on the map. This is our only forestry area. This is our only forestry area. By the way, there's a great suggestion. It's a great suggestion to install a furniture mod, or a mod that would allow me to actually do something with wood as opposed to just having it as a, I guess, an almost useless resource. I might do that. I might do that at some point in the future. We'll just have to wait and see. Right, this entire area I'm just going to reseed with some trees, mostly because there's nothing else that we can really do with this area at this moment in time. I'm not planning to do anything with it. If we just seed a whole bunch of trees down here, we will be able to let these trees grow, and we'll be able to turn them into wood at some point in the future. Wonderful. Excellent, because we're about to run out there, and we don't want to run out at all. So yeah, that's something that we want to get sorted. Man, this area is just the craziest. 1,000 workers are on this site. 1,000 workers. Even with 1,000 workers on the site and being able to supply absolutely every single little bit of resource that is required, we still wouldn't have enough to finish it within a year. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? It's going to take literally a year to build with 1,000 workers in it. That is quite insane. Right, so I think I've got an idea, by the way. I think I've got an idea. My idea is as follows. I am going to terraform this area just a smidgen, and I'm going to build a whole bunch of exclusive services over here that can only be accessed by, well, I say only by people from the Palace of the Soviet. However, there will be access for trucks and whatnot, but no walking access. So we're going to build, you know, whatever it is, 3 universities out here. We're going to build a couple of shopping centers. We're going to get a bunch of cinemas. We're going to get a stadium or 2 down. We want to make sure that absolutely everyone can get their fix of absolutely everything out in this exclusive shopping area. And this exclusive shopping area, by the way, is also going to be built by us fully. Right, so let me just have a little look. Where is the output? There's an output over here. Says that there is a building in the way. I don't like the look of that. I don't like the look of that at all. That's not good. That's not a good look. Video game. Alright, immediately I'm starting to see somewhat of a problem with this. Do I want to commit to building an entire area of, I don't know, luxury and extravagance over here if I can't make a connection between the building? No, is the answer to that question. I do not want to do that. I do not want to do that. Okay, so maybe we're just going to hold off. I still like the idea of putting the exclusive structures over here. But, yeah, I don't think I can actually commit to doing that quite yet. Right, more concrete, more gravel, all of that good stuff. We're fine for finance at the moment. We are very, very, very good in terms of money, which is very, very nice. We got a whole bunch of gravel, which is also very nice. And we should, in fact, have more gravel trains arriving at some point in the near future as well, which is very, very good. And now we should have built up a substantial, I say a substantial supply of gravel. We haven't built up a substantial supply of gravel. However, we have got a whole bunch of gravel on that train there, which is very, very nice. Speaking of trains, how are we doing over here? Oh my goodness, we're a quarter of the way through the production of our first locomotive. Turns out that we fixed the mechanical component issue, which is very, very good. We got plenty of steel, absolutely plenty of steel, which is great. Absolutely plenty of steel. I wonder. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking about exporting all of my steel at this moment in time. Do I really want to export all of my steel? I mean, we can continue to export all of the steel. I think there's actually another boat that's either coming back from the border having just exported steel, or about to reach the border with steel. Ah, you're coming back from the border over there. Anyway, I was just thinking, maybe we don't want to export it all. Maybe we want to save it. In fact, I think I probably do want to save it. Right, I'm going to send you to the depot, my friend. Let's get you into the depot there. The reason that I'm going to send you to the depot is because I want to backlog. I want to backlog 870 tons of steel in this open storage. I know 870 tons of steel isn't even that much when you keep in mind that we're going to need 7,900 tons of steel. We're going to need 10 open storages worth of steel. How crazy is that? However, that is just sort of a, I guess, like a little visual thing for me, so that I can see how much steel we're accumulating over here. Once we've accumulated a full open storage worth of steel, we can probably just start moving it to a storage site. In fact, I think what I might do is I might create a bunch of open storages down here. Not here. This is the one that I want. This is it. So a bunch of open storages down here, which don't necessarily all need to link together, but if they link together like this, then what we can do is we can actually just straight up store a whole bunch of steel in quite tight formation. There we go. Look at that. Okay, so that is 12 things of steel right there. I don't think that I want to build this quite yet. However, it will be an option. Okay. So what this is going to be the largest storage area, primarily to build this one singular structure. I kind of love it. By kind of, I mean I absolutely love it. This is the greatest. This is the greatest thing. This is the greatest thing that I have yet to see. I love it. I love it. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of what I am going to be building. I've also just realized that this entire area is null and void because it needs to be upgraded to electrified railway. But you know what? We can at least build half of it with wood, and then the rest we can upgrade in just a second. Right. Good. And good stuff. Okay. Let's get that all built. So we'll just allow one train in this entire section of track. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. I can't believe this is actually happening. Right. Get that built. Get that built. Get that built. Get that built. And let's just build the rest with rubles. Excellent. 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 Okay. Yeah, this was my bad. I should have not done this, but it's fine. Right. Now, unfortunately, this all needs to be connected up to the road network, because otherwise we're going to have fires galore. Or we could have fires galore, I should say. But thankfully, there's a fire station not too far away here. Alright, let's get this tightened up. There we go. Wonderful. 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 Wonderful, wonderful. And just like so. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's also get a reasonably good road. A reasonably good road to go across to here, so that we can drive fire engines at maximum speed across the map. Also, 11 million rubles. 11 million rubles, folks. I'm going to hold on to those rubles for now, because, I mean, let's be real. I said that I wasn't going to build this now. I want to build this now. I want to get this set up. This is all part of the process. This is all a very important part of the process. The stockpiling of steel. And if you think that, you know, oh, you're not going to have enough steel by the time you're actually ready to start the second phase of construction for the Palace of the Soviets, I would say think again. Think again, because we are going to need a heck of a lot of steel, and we're like nowhere near finishing the initial stage of construction. Yeah, we still need way more gravel. We are still in desperate need of gravel. In fact, are we even close? We're not even close to fulfilling our gravel demand. Yeah. That is somewhat of a problem. Right, the food train network is looking very, very good. It's looking promising. Little bit of congestion that has resulted because of the building of this building. Although, for the most part, I actually think that the traffic has not been too bad. Yeah, the traffic doesn't look too bad. Certainly around the center of Potato Ground, it looks actually okay. It's actually remarkably okay. Right, so let's find this train. Yep, let's find this train. And so instead of unloading everything at this open storage right here, I want you to first... In fact, I don't even want you to go over here. In fact, you know what? You know what? Let's create a brand new train. I think a brand new train is just the way to... do this. Wait until unloaded, unload everything, and just stay there. Just don't move, train. You can be redeployed when we need you. In the meantime, let's buy an entirely new train. Electric locomotive. Let's get the Elec Loco Type 163. Sure, what the heck? Why not, eh? Let's go to cargo wagons, and let's get the most expensive steel wagon that we can possibly get. Actually, a modded car carrier carries 120 tons of steel. These carriages look fantastic. I really, really like the look of them. They're primarily for carrying cars. However, they can carry 120 tons of steel as well, which is pretty great. So this entire train can carry, what, 720 tons of steel in comparison to this one, which only carries 536 tons. So a pretty significant increase in the amount of steel that we can carry on this certain train. So I've got an idea about how I want to handle this. First of all, we're going to wait until loaded right over at the Industry Grad open storage. That's cool. There's a fire. I'm going to address that in just a second. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this up to unload. I'm going to set this up to unload. Set this up to unload. Set this up to unload. And then... Just keep going, actually. Unload. 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 Okay, this is far and away the longest train setup that I've ever had. The reason that I want to do it this way, by the way, is that it's basically going to test each and every open storage if there is any space left. So at first, we're going to go to this one. And if it can't be loaded on there, we're going to go back to this one. And then we're going to go to this one. And then we're going to go to this one, etc., etc., etc. In fact, I actually hate that. I actually hate that. Let's try again. I want to try something different here. Right, erase that from the line. And I think I'm going to change the track around slightly as well. So I think what I'm actually better off doing is creating just this crazy connection. Right, so that goes there. Cool. And then we want to try and connect this up to here. Alright, so we'll get this to come around here. This to come around there. And then that into there. I think that's the best case scenario for us. And then similarly, we want to create like a little loop-de-loop around here. Building is in the way. There we go. So basically what I'm doing is creating a big old loop. Oh, you don't like that, do you, video game? A big old loop. We'll get the loop to cross over here. That's fine. And then we'll cross back onto there. Yeah, I don't necessarily love that, but I don't exactly hate it either. Right. Very surprised that the game decided not to crash, but that's good. We might need to adjust this loop. In fact, you know what? I can just foresee problems with this little connection that I've made right here. So, you know what? We're just going to go around the periphery of this little nonsense loop here. That's right. It's called the nonsense loop. You heard me. Right. And then let's try again. Let's instead get the... Okay, there's a fire. Thank goodness. It was Warehouse and Potato Grad. Great. There's not another fire, is there? No. No, there's not. Brilliant. Okay, there is a last opportunity to build a passenger carriage, though. Anyway, so, first of all... No. Okay, ditch that. Ditch that. Back here. Back here. Load 100% of anything. Then we go to unload. Then we go there, there, there. And then we go there, 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 there. And then there, 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 there. And then back to the beginning. And then all of these need to be set to unload. There we go. Unload, unload, and unload. So that basically means that it's going to test every single available available storage. It's going to go to this one, unload max, 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 unload max. That way, it means that we can do it with just one singular train, and we don't need to worry about a bespoke train to a bespoke storage. Because you got to bear in mind is that this one train will pretty much fill three quarters to like 90% of this one storage. So it's not worth us getting more than one train. But I think that is fine for now. Let's start you off. And let's have a little look-see. See if this indeed works. I do indeed believe it should. There we go. Wonderful. And we will get that all loaded up. And we will start storing all of these resources. Wowzers. This is kind of bonkers. This is kind of bonkers. And this is all for this one flippin' building here. All for this one building. Alright. Looking very, very good, if indeed I do say so myself. Have we built a DR Class 100 yet? I don't think so. I think we're still working on our first locomotive here, which I'm fine with. Also, I should buy the... In fact, I've already got the Maz blueprint. And in fact, I think we are working on it. Are we selling the Mazes? I think we might be selling the Mazes. Am I bothered about selling the Mazes? I don't actually know. In fact, I tell you what, I might not be selling the Mazes, because the Mazes... They do weigh quite a lot, and I'm not entirely sure that they can fit on the back of a Kaz. Right, I'm not going to concern myself with mass production. That's a problem for another day. Okay, we're about to finish the... No, I'm just going to build it. Let's get the steel mill started, because we do need to try and energize ourselves in terms of steel production. I tell you what, it's a good thing that we've got this little route connected up over here. We're pretty much ready to go as soon as this steel mill wants to get built. As soon as the steel mill gets built, we will be able to start producing steel from it and start using that steel to be stored. Have we made any progress? It looks like we've actually made a surprising amount of progress over the course of this episode. The good thing is that we're able to operate more than one singular vehicle in this area at one time. If we were following the old rule of one in, one out sort of situation, then we wouldn't be able to do this. What have we got here? Ah, it's very close to a fire station. That's what I like to see. Wonderful. That's why we build a fire station there, folks. That's why we build a fire station right there. Okay, do we need any more gravel trains? Do we have the capacity for any more gravel trains? Not really, to be honest. Not really at all. Not really at all. We are still working at full tilt. And we need more fuel. Yeah, because these excavators consume fuel. Is this the best excavator that we can get? I feel like it's not. I feel like we can do a little bit better in terms of excavators. Let me see if we can sell this excavator right here. Maybe not the most optimal play, but we've got some pretty advanced excavators now, so let's see if we can try and get a better one. In fact, I don't even know what the speed of excavation actually is for these excavators. All right. What do you do? Excavator speed is level 9. What do you do? Excavator speed level 20. It's not good. It's not good, given that I just sold those excavators in expectation that we'd be able to get something a little bit better down. However, am I able to buy a blueprint for an excavator that's a little bit better? That's got an excavation speed of level 22. And that's got an excavation speed of level 33. Tell you what, let's build some flippin' excavators, shall we? I might as well. I guess this is the whole purpose of having this area. Right? Build some excavators. Wonderful. We've got the Maz. We've got trucks that are currently selling other trucks. Which I think I'm prepared to just let continue. Sure. We're gonna let that continue. We're gonna let that continue. I'm not gonna concern myself with that too much. Suffice to say, it's something that needs to be considered. And also, in the meantime, I'm going to just go back and rebuy these excavators. Not like it particularly matters to the bottom line anyway. The bottom line is overwhelmingly good, frankly. Yes, this is very, very nice indeed. This is very, very nice indeed. The fact of the matter is, the slowest part of this entire process is the trucks driving in and out of the aggregate loading area. Like, we're managing to output a significant amount of gravel. Yeah, it might even be worth me getting another great conveyor to convey all the gravel down to this area over here. You know, all jokes aside, it might not even be that difficult to do. It might not even be that difficult to do. Because we could theoretically just link it up to this conveyor belt system. And then just link this up over here. Tell you what, if I'm able to do that, that would be the greatest thing in the whole darned world. It's not going to be the greatest thing in the whole darned world. It is definitely possible, though. It is definitely 100% possible. Yeah, just a question of how possible, really. No, it's not a question of how possible, because it is definitely possible. Do I want to do it? I think I actually kind of want to do it. I think I actually want to do this. Okay, you know what? Yeah. Because this is a little bit inadequate, this this setup that we've currently got here, where they have to drive back and forth for fuel every, like, 2 minutes. It's not good. It's not good at all. Yes, I think we can do better here. I think we can definitely do better. Now, will these conveyors accept an input? No, they will only accept an output, so we're going to have to replace one. Okay, you know what? Let's not worry about that too much for now. Let's not worry about that for now, although that is definitely something that is going to happen at some point. Resources missing, quarried stone. How have you got 600 tons in export, and yet you're not able to move... You're not able to move it all the way over here. I don't know. It's a great question. It's a great question. Man, I really didn't think that of all of the problems that we could have in our supply process, I really didn't think that gravel would be our problem. Although, truth be told, I'm actually totally okay with gravel being the entirety of our problem. Because if gravel's our problem, if gravel is the worst problem that we've got on our hands at the moment, then, I mean, that shows that we're in a great place, right? Right? It totally, totally does. Because gravel is reasonably easy to rectify, and even though it's going to be irritating and mean that we can't build the foundations, it's fine. We can overcome it. We only need another 3,000 tons of this stuff. Oh my goodness. Only another 3,200 tons of gravel, and then another 3,200 tons of concrete. Not to mention all the prefab panels. And the bricks, all of which requires gravel. In fact, no, do bricks require gravel? No, they just require coal. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I cannot flip and believe it. Right, well, certainly building the excavators over here is going to make a pretty big difference. A very, very big difference, in fact. Right. You know what? I've had second thoughts. I've had second thoughts about all these trucks being out loose on the road. I don't like how they could potentially sell. I don't like how they could potentially sell my my trucks. Right. Right. So let's put them all back into storage. I seem to make this decision every now and again. I can just about deal with that. We'll get a single excavator done, and then we'll get another excavator done, and then we will upgrade the excavating capacity. Sure, the excavating capacity of this area over here. Oh, this is such a perfect opportunity. Okay, ditch the aggregate loading right there, which is, of course, going to send everyone else into a little bit of a tizzy. Apparently, I'm just committing to redoing this area right now. Bit of a worry as to why I've decided to do it right now, but it's all in the service. It's all in the service of the Palace of the Soviet. That's what's important to note. Right, 3 into 1. Yes, this is actually what we want. So I want an opposite conveyor, which is going to help out. 3 into 1. Okay, let that build. Oh, goodness gracious me. And we're going to get this over here. Excellent. Yep, so pretty much just replace the base game conveyor with a modded conveyor, which does the exact opposite of what the base game conveyor does. It's one really, really nice little tweak, which I like a lot. Just so that we've got a little bit more flexibility. Right, and now this is going to be the more challenging aspect of this construction here. Right, is it at all possible that maybe, just maybe, we can get a connection over here? I don't think there is. I don't think there is any chance of a connection happening. That's not necessarily a problem. All that means we need to do is go back into our mods, and we will use another conveyor engine thingamabobber. Yep. So pretty much right there, if we can manage to do that. However, I think we're gonna need to clear up a little bit of space. Okay, we can't do that apparently. Right, you are very inconvenient for me, Mr. Truck. Right, you've just despawned. I like that. I like it when stuff works, or should I say, doesn't work. That's good. That actually ended up being remarkably helpful. Right, can I get this area just briefly leveled? Shouldn't have leveled it with my auto rubles, but that's fine as it stands. Fine. Very, very nice. And then all we need to do is straight up just get a connection. Ah, you see, we might have a problem with the elevation of this connection, because it might be too high for the... Ah, hold up. That's an input right over there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good if we can make that connection work for us, then that would be pretty much ideal. However, it kind of defeats the purpose of having one of these road-esque conveyors. Alright, I guess we'll get that in place then. Right. Yes, very good. No. Okay, is it time for a bridge? Is it time for a remarkable bridge up here? Or, you know, indeed time for an unremarkable bridge, in fact. There we go. Take this road back. Oh, I don't like the idea of using a bridge here. If we've already had a road, then it should theoretically be possible to have a road in this area. Look, I need to get the conveyor belt sorted first. What am I doing? I'm being very, very, very bad focusing my attention. Tell you what. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Turns out I've got another plan. Got another plan, comrade. Let's do that right over there. Brilliant. Excellent. Happy, happy days. Okay, so that just means that we need to find some other way to connect up the road, which is fine. Right. Nope. Yes. Do I need to do this with Rubal's auto build on? I do not. Also, you know what I'm now realizing? I think I've got excavators that are just hanging around, like, just... Oh, that's perfect. That's so perfect. I've got excavators that are hanging around in construction depots, which I can just reassign. Yeah, so these are the best ones, aren't they? These are indeed the best ones, or at least that's the best one. We only have one? Surely not. Surely there's another one somewhere. Oh, yes. Look, here's my depot full of Mazes. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry that I didn't see it in the last episode. I could have just reassigned them all. I get it. I know. I'm terrible. Right. Let's get you sold. And let's just get you reassigned to there. I'm sure that once the road is built, we should be totally able to get that truck moved over there. None of these excavators are the ones that we want. Right. So that's all going to feed in there now. Brilliant. We're committed to storing coal ore in there. We are committed to storing gravel in there. Are we committed to storing quarried stone in here? We are indeed. That's good. That's very, very good. It's very, very good. And this whole situation is, on the whole, positive. It means that we're reusing all of the infrastructure that we've currently got. So sell that. And do we have a construction office over here that I can maybe just, you know, pinch a couple of excavators from? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Man, I have so many Mazes around in Kolgradsky. Right, you guys were right to shout at me. Wow, holy cow, I got a lot of... I do indeed have a lot of Mazes hanging around. No excavators that I can see. But that's not necessarily a problem. Have we got an excavator built in the vehicle factory yet? No, we do not. That's a little bit irritating. Do we have any excavators just hanging around in the construction depot? We do indeed have one. Alrighty. Let's get you to move all the way across the map right over to here. It's going to take you quite literally forever. I could load you up onto a truck. I could load... Is it maybe... Okay, hold on. Go back here. Go back here, and we'll see if we can load you up onto a truck. Alright, load up onto a truck. Change depot or workplace. See, I don't think this is actually gonna... I don't think this is actually gonna work in one fell swoop. Yeah, so we're gonna have to choose an intermediary office to go to. Is this the closest one? That's the closest one. Okay, so we'll move the excavator via KMZ right over to this depot right over here, and then we will get it unloaded, and then we will get it moved. But for now, it's probably just best if we keep this guy. Yeah, we'll keep you bought. Okay, look, I get it. It sucks, but it is what it is. Right, so that's that half of the equation. Let's head on down here, and let's see what we want to do. I want to get the conveyor out, and I would like to change. In fact, I don't even necessarily need to change. We just need to link this up here, which will be somewhat of a problem given the close proximity to the road. Is it at all possible to find a connection point at any place here? This might not even work. We'll need to see. Oh, yes. No, there is hope of a connection. There is indeed hope of a connection. That's what we like to see. Let's see if I can move this around. Yep, that's brilliant. And let's also see if we can maybe get another... Yes, just in there. Just in there. That is absolutely perfect. Okay, the game is really not approving of all of my advanced level play shenanigans. But that's fine. Some other infrastructure's in the way. Overlaps with existing construction. If I take another punt at this road, will you immediately despise me, video game? I feel like the answer is probably yes. Too close to the intersection? Kind of thought that might be the case. This is what I meant by despise, just FYI. Yep. I can't say that I didn't expect that to happen. Okay, that... Too sharp of a turn? Okay, you will allow that, though. That's good, because that'll probably work. Okay. And that's not... Okay. Shocked and appalled, frankly. Alright, that looks really, really good. So if I just build all of these various buildings right now, we should have little difficulty making this entire area fully automated. Bear in mind, we do still have a bunch of trucks that are still free, but that's fine. Right, so, still missing quarried stone here. Still missing quarried stone. Bit of an issue. Bit of an issue. It should be coming through now. Is it because we're... Ah, I see. It's because we're not going through the process. Yeah, we're going into this large aggregate storage right here as opposed to coming direct. Right. Goodness gracious me. This is a problem. I didn't see that happening. Right, so let's ditch this conveyor engine transfer. Right, this has become inordinately complex, but bear with me. Bear with me. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I need 1 in, 2 outs. Right, so, in fact, no, I don't even need that. I need this. This is exactly the one that I need. Can we get a connection, please? That would be perfect. Just destroyed a little bit of road there, but I think that's fine. Right, so, yep, that needs to go. That needs to go there like so. Excellent. And then we need a opposite cable. Opposite roadside transfer. At this side, actually, is preferable, I think. Cool. And then we'll see if we can get another one right over here. Except, let's get it to be that orientation. Yes. No, but not to that specific place. That's the place that I'm after. Look at this. This is the most complex thing that I've ever built, and I kind of flippin' love it. Oh, I'm so happy with this. Okay, so that goes over there. Brilliant. And now the last thing that we need to get connected up is literally a connection between here and between here. Okay, so ditch this road, which is pretty much unnecessary at this point. Excellent. And we literally just have a straight... Yeah. Just that right there. Okay, demolish that building. Cool. Right. Now, let's get it built. Let's get it built. Let's get it built. Let's get it built. Let's get all of it built. Will it work? Will it? Won't it? Will it? Won't it? I'm really, really, really hoping that it does. Otherwise, we've just spent the entirety of this episode faffing around for no great benefit whatsoever. In fact, I will have indeed ended up delaying the construction of Palace of the Soviet. Right. Cool. And we get this connected up. Oh, look at that. It works like an absolute charm. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Look at that quarried stone coming through. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We don't have any workers over there at the moment. That's totally fine. The coal ore shouldn't be moving at this moment in time because there's nowhere for it to go. But that's fine. That is totally, totally fine. We've got very, very little quarried stone in the import, but it's now all entirely automated, which is great. Absolutely fantastic. The only thing that I need to do to rectify this area is just a little connectivity bump. There we go. Little bit of a connectivity bump. Yep. Looking good. And looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Let's get that into place. Wonderful. Okay, so that's everything connected up. I don't think that we should have anything without a connection to a fire station, apart from the old legacy conveyor engine transfers. What do we got here? We've got a prefabricated flat literally right next door to the fire station. Honestly, of all of the buildings that could potentially go on fire, pretty happy that that's one of them. Okay, so all of these vehicles will need to get changed up at some point. I don't think I really need to worry about them at the moment. It's a little bit irritating that the buses can't get through to supply this area with workers so that it can process coal. But look, at the end of the day, the fact that we've basically automated gravel production, huge step in the right direction. Huge, huge, huge step in the right direction. It's a lot more consistent gravel production, which is great. We've got a really, really, really super duper excavation machine as well, which is also really, really good. And we just need to get that replaced with a slightly better one that is also en route at this moment in time, which is also cool. But I'm glad that we were able to utilize this existing conveyor system. Yeah. That's very cool. Very, very cool indeed. I like it. I like this a lot. This is a lovely little setup that we've got going on. Right. Don't suppose that the vehicle that's carrying the excavator has even left Potato Grad yet. Speaking of excavator, hey, we got our excavator back. Gonna move you right back to there. Wonderful. So at the end of the day, we don't actually lose any excavators, which is the main thing. And I tell you what, we've made a not inconsiderable amount of progress. What can I say? I'm very, very happy with all of this. I'm also very, very happy with the bank balance. We've also started building the steel mill. Early days of the steel mill, it's mostly gravel that we need to sort out before we're going to be able to build that. We've built our very first... Holy cow! We've built our very first locomotive, which is very, very exciting indeed, I must say. I'm happy. I'm happy on the whole with the progress that I'm making. This is looking really, really good. What can I say, comrade? This is fantastic. This is fantastic. All right, well, you know what? On that note, ladies and gents, we're going to wrap this episode up right about now. The Palace of the Soviet. That's right. That's right. The glorious Palace of the Soviet is your code word for today. So smash that down in the comments just to prove to me that you've lasted all 1 hour and 15 minutes of this episode. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you very much to the Obito Potato Incorporated Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/ObitoPotato. Also, thanks to Banana Nana and C Senpai for being the two $25 plus patrons over there. Thank you very much for watching, comrade. I'll see you next time. Bye.